All right, Xavier, my man, how we doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How about you?
We are blessed, man. We're talking football tonight. Finally, we've been on this long baseball train. Now that it's over, I think you're well aware of this. Being an SEC guy, it's about football now. I don't know if it's ever not been about football, but it's really about football now. Um,
Yeah.
but man, like before we get into this interview, I gotta ask. You got a nickname of Scooter. It's all over social media, so don't try to hide it now. But how do you get a nickname like that? And it seems like you're having a ton of fun with it, man. Where'd that come from?
It just came from my family. My granddad gave it to me when I was like a little baby. They said I used to like scooter around like the crib and like the bed, so they just named me Scooter, and it's just been sticking ever since then.
Man, I love when you get nicknames as a kid and they carry with you forever. And then you got your family calling it, you got your friends calling it, now you got everybody at school calling you it, man. So like Scooter's where it's at, man. What a great nickname, man. And we'll get into all the football accolades and all that. And but man, I want you to take me back. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Mississippi originally, North Mississippi, Olive Branch, Swan Lake area.
Gotcha. So, growing up there, Jim said you got a brother, Colby. He said he's pretty cool. He's athletic. But I gotta ask, anytime we have siblings and people with brothers and sisters, we gotta ask, was there a lot of competition in the household, or was it pretty civil?
Uh, See, I grew up mainly with just like me, my other brother Brittany, and my mom. Kobe's my stepbrother, so I kind of got introduced to him like around like 6 years ago. So like, and when I first met him, I didn't even play football, so I was a basketball guy. So like, it was a competition growing up against me and my brother. He was always bigger and stronger for like the most part of our lives, and then I kind of like hit a growth spurt, got a little bigger. But I was playing basketball, so it didn't really, it wasn't
So
really a lot of competition because he didn't play sports like that.
so what age
He
what
played some
age did
backyard.
what age did you start playing football?
Um, See, I started officially playing like probably around 15,
Gotcha.
16, because I joined the team for the first time my freshman year, but I didn't like it, and I still was trying to play basketball. So I ended up like not playing football until my junior year for real.
Can you still hoop?
Yeah, I can still.
All right.
I'd
So
be the first guest to actually believe.
yeah, we get a bunch of baseball guys on here, and they pretend like they can hoop, and they talk about that one time they did this one thing, and so like you immediately know, like, if you did it one time, you ain't that good. But
I don't know. I with some of the baseball guys at LSU one time, and they was giving us buckets. So I don't know.
okay,
I went down to baseball guys.
all right. So it it's crazy, man. You started playing football at 15 or 16, and then you stopped and you went back to basketball. But when you started playing, before you stopped the first time, were people like, dude, you're crazy, what are you doing, you got all this talent? Or was it something where you just didn't feel like you were that good at it, so you're like, man, let me go back to hooping because I know that's my thing?
No, I just never really got into it as a kid. I played like 1 year of like the local city park football, and the only reason I played is because the coach, like, I was like really big for my size, and I was friends with the coach's son, and he didn't believe that we were the same age. So like, he like bribed me and like brought me McDonald's every week to play on his little junior team, and I never picked it back up. I just stuck with basketball from then till high school.
That's what it is. Everybody was asking for that birth certificate, and you were like, dude, I swear, I'm 15, man.
Yeah, I had hoop dreams, like really bad ones for like a really long time. So
Daniel, there were Pee Wee coaches everywhere with their heart broken that he wasn't playing football for them.
yeah,
I'm telling you,
facts.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, we all had hoop dreams as well, but it really didn't pan out much for us.
Yeah,
So,
Hey, Daniel,
but
don't sell yourself short. You can play basketball in the pool.
I can hoop in the pool, man. I'll take folks to school in the pool, man. That's where it's at. But man, you know, it's crazy to me that you stop playing, you come back to it. What was the driving factor to come back to it?
I realized like I kind of just realized hooping. I stopped growing as much as I did. So like, and I wasn't really in really great basketball shape. So like, it was just a lot of convincing from my parents and from my local coaches. Like at high school, they finally just talked me into it, and then I ended up like sticking with it. And I
So
was actually good at it.
you mentioned your parents being a driving factor in making that decision, but you know, as a young kid, were there any other people that you look for inspiration? Was it, you know, athletes on TV, or was it solely like your close group of circle, family and friends?
It was like close group of circle, family, and friends. Because like I didn't really watch football or anything, so I honestly didn't even know anything about offense. Like I didn't even know what an offensive lineman did when I first started playing football. So I had to learn literally everything from how the game really worked to like the just the basics of it.
But being a basketball guy, you had to have a favorite basketball player. That's a fact.
Oh yeah, my favorite player, KD.
Okay.
He's pretty good, I think. I kid, man. So, I mean, obviously, as a kid, you got your close group of you know, family and friends that are helping push you in the right direction. You're leaning on them for advice, but now that you're a grown ass man, dude, like you're in college, are you still leaning on the same people, or has that circle, you know, does it include other people now?
I mean, it's stayed like majority the same. Haven't I've gotten like a few new friends, but it's just mainly my family and my coaches from high school, the ones that just keep me motivated and stuff.
My bad. My bad. We edit that part out. I cut out. Starting over. So, X-Man, you mentioned growing up in Mississippi, and tell everybody that doesn't know, where did you go to high school?
I went to Olive Branch High School.
The Conquistadors.
Yep.
So, looking at the success of Olive Branch football, you were a part of a program, from what we could see, that went 0-11 to back 12-2 seasons while you were there. So, take us through what changed in the culture and in that team for the success that you guys had.
So the 0-11 year, I didn't even play football then. That was my freshman year. I wasn't even a part of the team, but I came and joined the team that spring. So when they hired our new head coach, Tyler Turner, and like he was my first coach there, first and only. And he just came in the program knowing it was 0-11, and his main goal was to just flip the program around and bring us back, and that's exactly what he did.
So we could give him the credit, but you didn't play football, then you did play football. All of a sudden, they're 12-2. So I think we got to give you some credit.
Nah, I had really good teammates with me.
Getting the biggest dude in school on the football team is something you got to do as a coach.
That's pretty smart by that guy.
Yeah.
So you start playing football. What was your favorite season individually and your favorite as a team as a whole?
I would probably say my junior year was my favorite team because that was my first year playing, and it was just new to me, and it was all just the whole experience of playing football on Friday nights, and just I don't know, it was just something new. So the whole new season, me getting my first offer and everything that season was just like magical. It felt like.
Nah, no doubt. So speaking of being magical, you get to represent Mississippi in the 2019 Mississippi-Alabama Football Classic. So what was that experience like for you?
Well, that was really fun. I got to practice against the best players in Mississippi and had the best players like practicing with me. So I finally got to like see what playing close to like a college level would be like. So that was my first real eye-opener when it came to the competition like I'll be facing.
No doubt. So taking it back 1 second, what was your favorite? What was your favorite game or your favorite team that you played against in high school?
My favorite game was probably when we played Madison Central my senior year, just because like it was a tough fought game and we stayed into it and ended up winning off like a game-winning touchdown by one of our receivers, and it was just like a whole movie. That game felt like.
Yeah, no doubt. So you're rated as the number 18 offensive guard in America by Rivals. So with that, all the schools that were showing interest, how early did you start getting interest, and when did that first offer come in?
So when I said after that 11 season, I joined the spring. I got my first interest from like a Mississippi State head coach. Like he came to practice, he saw me move and everything. He just like put me on his radar kind of. And like that summer, I went to camp there and everything. And he just kept an eye on me. And then after the regular season, after my final regular season game, my junior year, he finally like my tape enough and everything to offer me. So it came not even before my first season was over.
Wow. So a lot of guys play football their whole lives and don't get those kind of offers. And you're new to football and getting offers from, SEC football schools, man, that just goes to show the player and the athlete that you were or are. But I got to ask you, man, so what were your top 3 schools?
Kind of forgot now, but my top 3 schools probably coming out. I think my top 3 were like Mississippi State, Alabama, or not Alabama, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, and LSU by the end of it, I believe.
Okay, well that leads to the question: what made you ultimately choose LSU?
See, what really made me choose, I came down there during the 2019 season, and when they was playing Florida, and it was a night game in Baton Rouge, Death Valley, and it was everything that they hyped it up to be. So just from that moment, like it was a really good game, and it just felt like, I don't know, after they won, whole crowd gets up throwing up the Gators, and it's just electric in the place. And I just knew I had to come play there after that.
Yeah, so I got a question for you. I was thinking about it. I was timelining it. I was actually messaging with Randy while he was talking to you. We were talking about who, your favorite teams were to go against. Did you get a chance to block and go against N'Kobe Dean when he was at Horn Lake?
Yeah, I played against him in like a jamboree my junior year. That was the only time
You put him on his back, didn't you?
I don't remember doing that. So
He wouldn't have been listening. You could have got away with it, Xavier. It's all good.
No, it's actually crazy because me and Kobe, I grew up playing, because I went to Horn Lake originally with him and another player who plays with me at LSU. So we all hooped on the same AAU team. Like for like a little minute, we weren't that good, but
I thought y'all didn't lose many fights though.
Nah, we ain't getting too many. So
look,
I bet you didn't.
Look, Randy, you know that rule we got about not letting folks dunk on us. We'll take them out. I ain't taking any of them out, dog. They can dunk. Go ahead.
No, look, if they come running down the lane, I'll just get out of the way. I'm making a business decision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so Xavier, you leave Olive Branch and you get to Baton Rouge. Are you more nervous or are you more excited when you get there?
My experience, I'll say, is a little different because I kind of the COVID experience. So like I honestly got to college not knowing if I was gonna play my first season or not. So I was like, it was exciting just to get to college and to start practicing and doing all that stuff. But it was a little weird just with that transition, not knowing if I'm gonna play. Like mass practice, it just didn't feel right at first, but it was still fun nonetheless.
Yeah, well, and I know there had to be some excitement, right? You're coming to a team that just, made history, went 15-0 and won a national championship. So, I mean, did that help the hype as, knowing that you were coming to a school that just accomplished that feat?
Oh yeah, for sure. We had like full trust in Coach O. We was just riding. We was just practicing no matter what the circumstance was. We were going 100% like we planned to play, even though we knew we couldn't have.
Yeah, no doubt. And I was at that Florida game too myself, by the way. That Jugger was off the chain. So I would have wanted to come to LSU after that myself. But so you come to a team that lost a lot, but does it add a lot of pressure as a freshman? I know you're talking about the different scenarios of you didn't know if you're going to play and then, COVID and all that stuff. But like, I mean, is there pressure when you come into a team that just won a championship and then, a ton of guys leave, but that also provides opportunity as well. But I mean, does it put pressure on you to come to a team like that right after they just accomplished that and then those guys left?
I mean, I wouldn't say pressure because, I mean, I expect greatness. So, I mean, in my head, I was expecting to get ready and like run it back again, like win the national championship. That was my mindset coming in to LSU. Like, so it was pressure, but it was like expected pressure.
I love it.
I wasn't expecting.
As an LSU fan, that's what I love to hear. So, you redshirt your freshman year. We talked to a lot of guys, man. The red shirt, people don't really understand what you can learn in a redshirt season. Taking it all in, being able to be a part of the team and, just kind of watch and learn, what do you feel like the most important thing was that you learned as you redshirted the freshman year?
The most important thing I learned was just how to practice, like mainly how hard to go, when to go hard, always like knowing how to protect the teammates, and like also playbook wise, it was just fun getting it, like being able to rep plays and practice and stuff, going against the new looks. So that was probably the best part for me.
So just how hot are those practices out there on the levee, man? Are they like they look in the videos? They look like they're rough.
Yeah, they're bad, but when you play college football, I mean, you know what you're coming for. So it's just something I expect. So I just look forward to it.
Yeah, no doubt. So last year, you get on the field, you start a few games, talk to us about what it's like when you get on that field in Death Valley, playing in front of that crowd, just talk us through the emotions of when you finally taking on that field and you're doing your job, playing in front of your fans.
I'm still in my first game starting. It was like, it just didn't feel real for a minute. Like when you just know you're going to be the first one to go out there, it's just kind of like you're just taking it all in. And like whenever we put up that first touchdown, ran and it, like celebrated with the teammates, it just felt like, yeah, like this is why I came to LSU. Like I'm finally doing it.
Absolutely. So, clearly there was a coaching change this past year from Coach O, who recruited you, to Brian Kelly. Did that affect you at all personally? Being that, the Coach O was who brought you in and, that's who you thought you were going to play for is it one of those things, man, whoever the coach, it doesn't matter, you're LSU and I'm just going to keep on rocking the same.
Of course I'm going to like miss the coaching staff that brought me in, but at that point, we had already lost our position coach. So like at that point, like I already just knew like this is a business. Like stuff happens. Like, I kind of got over it pretty fast. It was just like I'm ready to rock and roll with this new staff and get the winner.
Yeah, no doubt. And good things are being said about Brian Kelly and what he's got cooking down there, and also reports on you yourself playing in the trenches this year. So, I mean, how excited are you for this upcoming year? And I mean, what do we got to look forward to at LSU, especially me being the LSU fan of the group?
Say it again. I
I'm
kind of like zoned out last part.
Oh, no, you're good. How excited are you this upcoming year? What we got to look forward to, with what Brian Kelly's got cooking, with, expecting you to dominate down in the trenches. What we got to look forward to from LSU?
Y'all gonna look forward to a whole new look about LSU. Like we're a whole new team, mentally, physically. So y'all are just gonna see a team that's gonna be locked in on the little things and just make sure that we can perform every game.
Yeah, and so I look at the schedule, and I'm gonna try to make my way. Me and Randy were actually talking about the Tennessee game before this episode, and I try to make at least a few games a year, hosting Florida State, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Alabama. Of those, is there any game like that you get most excited thinking about this upcoming season, or is it all business all the same?
I feel like it's more all business all the same because, I mean, from playing these last 2 years, I know that you got to treat every game the same, and you can't your emotions can't be more high for one game or another game because that's probably going to affect the way you play. So I just try to go in every game level-headed.
Well, if me and Randy do in fact go to the Tennessee game, you can't lose and give him those bragging rights over me, Xavier. You got, I mean, you laying folks out. Nobody's getting to the quarterback.
Look, if by chance Tennessee wins the game, I won't talk any smack to you, Xavier. I promise. It'll all be the gym. You'll never hear it.
So, Xavier, I do have a question, and I've always wondered this. When you're playing in the SEC, obviously you have to win, and the expectations and what a coach has to do is at a very, very high level. So, like coming in, that if things don't go as well as they should, there could be a potential coaching change. Now, when you find out that there's going to be a coaching change, was there any trepidation on whether you think that your position there is at jeopardy, or was it something that, the coaches are going to sit down, they're going to talk to me, we're going to hash this out, and there will be a place for me here? Or was there some fear as far as maybe I'm going to hit the transfer portal, or, was being at LSU ever not in the cards?
No, me personally, I never thought about like if I'm not gonna have a place here or not. I know that. I mean, I just thought of it as a fresh start because I mean, even if I was to hit the portal or anything, like it would have just been the same thing. It would have been a new coaching staff at a new place, which is basically what I was getting here. So I just wanted to. But since I chose to come to LSU, I wanted to just stick it out, and I go right out with Coach Kelly.
No doubt. One last question before we get to the this or that, though, is obviously when you see the guys that like in the media, Brian Kelly and Coach O are very different personalities. Can you speak to like, is it a lot different in practice, or when they're just having team meetings, is there a different vibe or a different culture that they bring?
Yeah, Coach Kelly is more of he's a very accountable person. Like he wants to build us up as men. Like he always talks about graduating champions, so that's something that he wants to do. So he wants us to be more structured, always be on time, make sure we're always in the right place, and do what we have to do. And I really like that about him because it's like rubbing off on us, and it's making like my life easier, just being more accountable.
No doubt. So I got to ask you one last question. I said it was one more, but this is it. Were there ever times when Coach O's yelling and you have no idea what he was saying?
I don't know.
Okay.
The answer is yes, obviously.
I mean,
I never really had trouble understanding Coach O. But I'm really not here to talk about.
That's my guy. Hey, you ain't if you can't have fun talking about Coach O, man, that dude is fantastic. I'm gonna miss him.
Well, I had to turn the subtitles on, and even the subtitles didn't get it right. So there you go, man. So, all right, Xavier, man, let's move into a game real quick before we let you bounce. You down to play?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's called This or That. I give you two options. All you got to do is pick one option or the other. Can't say both, can't say neither. Just be decisive and pick whichever one just pulls at your heart. So first question, would you rather run block or would you rather pass block?
Run block.
Do you get more satisfaction if your back, you block and the back hits the hole and goes for a big gain or even takes it to the house? Is that more satisfying, or, holding protection for a long time, letting the quarterback move around and make a big play? What's more satisfying?
I would say probably the running back. Just like whenever you create a hole and then you just feel the running back like breeze by you, and then you just look up and everybody's just running on the way to the end zone, is just different. But that's a real tough question. I'd probably say running back though.
All right. What's better, food in Baton Rouge or food in North Mississippi?
I'm gonna go Baton Rouge unless my mom's cooking.
Great
Right.
answer.
Would you rather be funny or be smart?
Smart, man, because you can be funny with smart. So I'll probably say smart.
All right. Would you rather go to any concert or any sporting event?
Sporting event.
And what event? Like, is there one event in particular where you're like, man, that's the one that I got to go to?
Either I'll probably say either Game 7 of like NBA Finals or Super Bowl probably, or college not or Super Bowl. Yeah.
I had a feeling he might say NBA Finals after the KD answer.
Yeah, I like.
So would you rather go ahead?
I was saying like if it's a specific one, I mean I want to be at that Game 7 with Cleveland and the Warriors that one year.
How do you feel about how
Great one.
being from Olive Branch just around the corner? How you feel about the Grizzlies? You like them next gen Grizzlies?
I wouldn't say I'm a Grizzlies fan, but like I definitely appreciate the talent like Ja Morant, Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson. I appreciate all of them guys. So like, I know they're really talented, but I'm just not a fan of them myself.
We can respect that. I can respect that. That's all good. All right, man. Would you rather go to outer space or the bottom of the sea?
Outer space.
Outer space. Do you think we're the only people in the universe?
I mean, I'm probably the only people, but not the only beings. Because I mean, it's like space is so big. Like I can't say we're the only like.
Gotta be something else out there.
But here's the thing. I laughed because last time Daniel decided to ask that question, Brooks Lee went on a whole rabbit hole about UFOs, and that's why I laughed. I was like, I can't believe you ever asked that again.
Yeah, it's strange to think that there could be like another planet of like us somewhere else, but it's hard to believe that there's not either. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's out there. I think I'd rather go down and see what's up.
No, I don't want to know what's at the bottom of the sea, my guy. It gets dark down there.
No,
because I know for a fact there's some scary things in the sea.
Oh, for sure. All right. Would you rather be the hero or the villain?
I guess I'd rather be the hero. It's just that's a tough one to put it, but
look, somebody said give me a hero and a villain on the episode, and I said Batman and Joker, and then they quickly switched to villain. They're like, oh, Joker all day.
No, I'd rather be Batman.
Yeah,
100% Dark Knight.
All right. Would you rather spend 10 years in a coma or 5 years in jail?
You stumped me with this one. Probably in a coma.
Good answer. I can
Just
tell
like a
you.
long nap, probably.
I'm telling you. See, that's my answer. I know what I'm good at. I know I could take a nap and I could sleep really good. So
it's
give me
just
that.
funny, Daniel, because the dude who could actually hold his own in jail is the one who took coma, and all these little skinny dudes gonna come on here talking about jail.
Because they lying, bruh.
They lying. We got a straight shooter. On top of the fact that when we asked him would he rather be funny or smart, he said smart, and this is the smart answer.
Exactly.
This is it.
So we got
All
you got the UFC fighter and the college football guys that are taking the nap. That is so interesting.
Yep, love it. All right, Xavier, last question, man. Would you rather be the first pick in the NFL draft, but the only caveat to that is all your friends can no longer be your friends. You got to find new ones. Or would you rather be the last pick in the draft and keep all your friends?
That's hard because I feel like my friends would like.
Randy can tell you that this question is not hard.
Hey, go look at the life Joey V's living and then think about it for 1 second.
Give me the
Because
money.
my friends would probably stop being my friends if I didn't take the first round draft pick, because they would think I'm stupid.
There you go.
Yeah, and you said you were smart, so
There,
I like
there it is. There it is. All right, Xavier, man, anything you want to plug or promote before we let you bounce?
I mean, I guess just my Instagram. So Xavier Hill 0. Or, no, I think it's _ Xavier Hill.
There you go. See, typically I have to do that for people. They'll come on here and go, no, I'm good. There's nothing I want to promote. And then I have to throw out the Instagram handle or their socials out there. Well, see, tonight, you the smart man. You already was prepared. You had it for me, man.
Yeah, I can use all the follows.
That's right. Follow him. Check him out. Know what he's doing. Got a big, big season for you guys coming up, man. We wish you the very best. If there's anything that we can do for you, please reach out to us, man.
Yes, sir, I will.
All right. That's Xavier Hill. We're going to take a break. We're going to plug them sponsors. We got a lot of sponsors to throw your way. When we come back, we're going to talk a little headlines for you.